Welcome to Pure Talk. My voice is a little extra deep. My eyes are glassy because I've been fighting a cold. My throat hurts, but that is not going to stop me. It's time for some holiday looks. And anyway, being able to use my creativity with makeup makes me feel better. Usually when I'm doing a very dramatic look on the eyes, I start with eyeshadow and my eye look, because what happens is if you're doing a smoky eye or you're doing anything with loose pigments, what happens is it can end up on your cheeks and then you have to redo your foundation or fix your concealer. And to avoid all that, it's just easier to start with the eyes, then you could do whatever cleanup you need to do and then go to your base and concealer. The first thing I'm going to start with is primer. What's nice about primer is that it gives you a nice neutral canvas to work with and it helps the eyeshadows to stick. And this specific primer also is going to cover any veins that I might have. Okay, primer's on. Eyes are looking a little less red, which is a plus. We're going in the right direction. Now for eyeshadow. I'm going to actually call this segment my eyeshadow base. Because this look is a little bit more involved, there's going to be multiple layers of eyeshadow. But this is what is going to be at the base or the foundation of the eyeshadow look. First thing I'm going to do is take a fluffy brush. What's nice about this one is that it's kind of flat and it just sort of tapers out a little, but it's good for blending. It's really good for blending. So I'm gonna clean it off on a paper towel just to make sure that there isn't any product in it. I practiced this look last night, so there is a little bit of product in it. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna go into this palette. It's called Occasion, and I'm gonna go for this light pink color. And I'm going to use this underneath the brow and all along the entire eye. Also, before you start applying color, it's always good to make sure there's no creasing with your primer. Sometimes while it's drying, there will be a little bit of creasing, so you can always smooth that out first and then start applying your color. And I want this pink, this light pink, to go all the way up to right underneath the brow. And that's gonna make my eye look nice and bright. And it's also going to give the appearance of larger eyes as well, because it's a lighter color. So it's going to enlarge just a bit. You can probably already notice how my eyes are starting to look brighter and more awake. Even though nothing's really changed, I still have this cold and I'm still not feeling good, and I still probably would look normally as tired as ever. But because of that brightness above the eye, the covering of the veins, the covering of the redness, and also that brightening up that area, it's already looking more awake and more refreshed. The next step is one of our 7K products. If you haven't checked out these products, please look into them. They are so cool. It's one product that can actually do 7 different things. This is the older packaging for the 7K. However, this is not the packaging that we're continuing to use. We actually changed the packaging recently, and these are going to be pretty much obsolete soon. But the product itself is available at G.PURITY.com, and it is a product that does 7 things in one product. So I definitely encourage you to check that out, look into it. You can use it for temporary hair color, you could use it on your nails, which I will do in this video. You can use it for your lips, you can use it as blush, as highlight, as so many different things. But in this video, I'm going to be using it as eyeliner, eyeshadow, nail color, and lip color. So usually what I like to do is grab a tray, something that I can use to pretty much mix colors. This I get at Michael's, and I love these trays. They are so convenient. So I'm going to actually go ahead and sprinkle some of this 7K product, this color is called Supported, into the tray. And I'm going to sprinkle it in more than one section because I know I'm going to be using it for multiple things. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use our G.PURITY activator. I want to make sure that I can wet the color, because wetting the color is going to help it transform into a more pigmented, vibrant version of itself, which is nice. So if you ever want a little more color with these 7Ks, all you have to do is wet them and then the color really pops. I'm going to go ahead and do this with 2 7K colors. The secondary 7K color that I'm preparing right now in the tray is called Snowflake, which is so fitting for this look and for this time of year. So the brush that I'm using for this is a very flat brush. It already has the color on it because I did try out this color last night. So I want to go ahead and actually start with this darker color, and I'm going to go in stop about here. See where that is? And I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna try to stay as close to this line where my eye naturally creases as possible. But if I go a little over it, it's not a big deal because there will be a lot of blending in that area. I want the color to be rich and deep. I know it looks a little crazy at first, but when you see the whole look together, you'll kind of see where I'm going and understand why it has to look crazy when you're first starting. I don't know if you ever watch a painter paint, but when they first start, it doesn't look like much. And then as they go, you're like, oh, that's what they're trying to do. So bear with it. This is a really nice brush for blending. It goes out, it goes like up, and then it tapers out a little bit. And it's very, very fluffy. I love this brush for blending. I use it often. What I'm gonna start doing, this is starting to dry a little bit. But before it dries fully, I'm gonna kind of blend out this crease a bit. And I'm gonna make this my crease color. Some of it is going to blend away a little bit. That's okay, we're gonna do a lot of different layers here. Then I'm going to actually clean off my fluffy blending brush here with a paper towel. I just make swirl motions so that there's not as much product on the brush itself. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend more. I don't want there to be any lines here. I'm starting to draw where I want my tail. I'm just following the natural curvature, kind of where the lashes curve up, and creating a little bit of a tail here. Then I'm gonna blend a little bit here so there's no harsh lines, and it's gonna be just blended going up. Going in with the fluff brush again, and just blending as needed, adding color as needed, and then blending out again. It's basically a series of adding color blending until you get that right, the correct amount of shading down. Now I'm gonna take another brush, pretty similar to the first one that I used. It's another flat brush. And I'm going to use this for my white color. And this white color actually opens up the eyes quite a bit. I'm going to show you a quick picture of what I did last night, and you could see how bright, it does look bright, but how big it makes the eye look compared to when you are just doing like a regular smoky eye kind of look. But when you add that white, it really does enlarge the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and add the white, being very careful to not pass the natural crease of the eye. And that's where your eye creases when you open it. And I'm just tapping in the color. And I'm coming up to meet the darker color. As you go into the darker color, you're going to want to wipe your brush off just in case it did get some dark color on it. Because every time you add, you want to add just white and not anything else mixed with it. So I'm going to keep on going in to add this. When these colors come to meet each other, they have to look like they're easily blending with one another, or one is kind of blending into the other, becoming the other color. So in order to do that, what I like to do is sort of tap it with a Q-tip here so that the colors kind of naturally blend into one another. And it doesn't look like a line. Now you're going to continue to blend and blend and blend until you have this looking very seamless. and you want it again to just look like a very natural blend from white into this pretty blue. Make sure there's no lines, you know, on the edges, any harsh lines or anything like that you want to avoid. And just keep on blending until it's smooth and you have acquired the amount of pigment color that you want. So in other words, if this isn't blue enough, add some more blue and then blend. If this isn't white enough, add some more white and then blend until you get it just right. I'm gonna go ahead and do this on the other eye. Now I have the color on both eyes and I've been blending. And I just wanted to show you what it looks like right now so that you don't get alarmed if yours looks like this. You know, you're gonna have color, you know, down here, maybe where you don't want it to be, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. So one of the things that I wanna do, I wanna take some of this white color, I wanna put a little bit of bottom liner right here. Okay, so it's gonna come up to about here, and then it's gonna be the pretty deep blue color supported. That's gonna come and meet the white. So I'm doing kind of like the same thing that I'm doing on the top, but with liner on the bottom. The other thing I'm gonna do, remember when we were kind of etching out the tail here, and we did some liner, we went from the middle and we went all the way down to the tail. I'm going to actually take that deep color and I'm gonna just go really close to the lashes so that the lashes are defined a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna do that right now, and then I'm gonna probably continue with a little bit more blending, and then we should be ready for cleanup. Now that I've cleaned up the bottom, I also added some lashes. And these lashes are really fun because they have a little bit of blue on the tips. Almost like someone painted it with a blue mascara, but they came that way. And I think they're gonna really enhance the blue of the eyes quite nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and move to the skin base, which is the foundation and concealer. So I have a liquid color corrector that I'm using by G.PURITY. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in some areas where I have a little bit of redness. Next thing I'm going to do is warm up the foundation on the back of my hand. The idea behind this look is to look as though I'm out in the cold, and it's just I kind of want it to look like almost like a Jack Frosty kind of look. So I want my skin sort of porcelain with just a tiny bit of pink coming through because it's cold. So you figure when it's cold, there's like a tiny little bit of pink coming through, but you're mostly pale. When doing the concealer part, I highly recommend having a wedge, a cosmetic wedge, especially like this one, because it really gets underneath that tail without messing up the tail. The other thing that you could use if you don't have a cosmetic wedge, even though I highly recommend it, is not this one of course because it's filthy, but using maybe a very flat brush to try to get under there very intricately. So I just finished putting some powder wherever I needed to conceal, including underneath my eyes, and what I've done is left some of the shine so that you could see it. So it does make, some of the natural shine that's happening right now does make the skin look very dewy, and I think it looks nice. But for this look, because I want it to look like I'm freezing and I'm cold and I'm outside, I'm actually going to take some of the shine away that I would normally leave because I think it looks really nice. I just want it to look a little less. I'm not going to take all of it away, just a little. I want it to look kind of wintry. I'm going to go ahead and add my mascara. I want to be really careful with how I add the mascara because the lashes do have a beautiful blue tint. So I don't really want to change that. So I'm going to do the lower lashes. With this particular look, I do feel that it is important to keep the bottom waterline clean. So if you get any mascara in there, get it out quickly, or any eyeliner, get it out quickly. Now I'm gonna let the mascara dry just a little bit, and then I'll wipe away the powder. This is a tip that I use to avoid smudging and smearing later on in the day. While the mascara is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and do the brows. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just brush them out quickly. And then I'm going to go ahead and start filling them in. The one thing that I did notice is that as I was going along here, my pink sort of faded a little bit. That was the base that I used. It's showing more on this side, not so much on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and strengthen that just ever so lightly. Okay, because I want them to match. Perfect. Okay, so now we're at the part where the hard work is done. The hardest part of this look is really blending out the eyes. Or blending out the eyeshadow on the eyes, because you're dealing with loose pigments and you're dealing with white, and you want it to be blended. You want it to be blended this way, where the white is going into the deep blue, but you also want it to be blended this way, where there's no lines showing the different shades going into one another. Off camera, I put a little tiny bit of blush on both my cheeks. I use the color Cashmere. It's a mineral blush by G.PURITY. It is very light, so I wanted just a tiny touch of color. The other thing that I did was brush away the powder that was underneath my eyes because the mascara had fully dried. I like this look just the way it is, and I would absolutely wear it out this way with just a simple lip gloss, or even just a nice nude lip. But I'm gonna show you how you can take this look, bring it up to make it look just a little more dramatic. I'm applying just a little more lip gloss, flat it just a little. And then I'm gonna grab my lip brush. I did use it, so it's not super clean. It has pigment from last night because I did this look last night on my lips just to see what it would look like. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color my lips completely blue, and I'm going with the blue that is in the eye color here, and also now on my nails. Now notice I left a little spot that isn't done right here, and it looks a little weird. That's because I'm gonna add some special effects. This is just showing how cold it is outside. It's giving that little dimension. Now you can leave it just there on the bottom, or you can go up to the top lip just a little bit. This is my baby it's cold outside look, and it's quite dramatic, a little over the top. I think it would look really pretty with a white wrap of some sort. And then maybe like a really pretty blue dress underneath. I just threw on a quick blue top and some earrings just so you can get an idea of the look. But I hope you enjoyed it. This is a way that you can be a little bit more dramatic for the holidays, and I think it's very frosty and very cold and cool and very fun and festive. So you could either do it as dramatic as this, or you could wear a nude lipstick and just have all the attention on the eyes and kind of tone down the look a little bit doing it that way, and I think that it looks very classic and chic that way. Whatever you do for the holidays, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful Happy New Year and a very Merry Christmas. Some of my favorite things about this look: one, I love the frost on my lips. You know, I'm cold, I'm like starting to freeze over, but not quite frozen. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And I got the cold, like frozen kind of look on my eyes, kind of like icicles a little bit, and then I've got some blue tips on my lashes, which make it really cool. And then I love that my nails match as well. Very, very fun. That one 7K product we used on nails, lips and eyes. That dark blue color that you see is called Supported. It is absolutely beautiful. And then the color that is matching it is another 7K, or coming alongside it, I should say, is Snowflake. Snowflake is especially lovely because it's a white that has some blue flecks in it. So I felt like it would be a really good pair up with this blue, and I'm loving the look. So I hope you do too. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the little bell icon so that you can automatically be notified when new videos come out. Also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and our website, G.PURITY.com. God bless. Bye.